you're going to come across something that really resonates with you. You may not fully understand it. You may feel like, I like this. I think this makes sense a little bit, but I just don't know enough about it. That's fine. Make a note in your journal. Come back to that particular study. And when you're watching these videos, listen, folks, I said this to my original group, and I said this to every group that came in all the way through till last year in 2021. They are at the stage where they have to take what they've been given and make that applicable for themselves. It's not a hand-holding session in perpetuity. It's a forced out of the nest. This is what you have, what makes sense to you, and you work with that. And you may want to add more to it with other things that's been taught, but you strip it down to one particular simple model. In my mentorship that was paid, that is a freak show for everything that's available that I can divulge. And taking those things together, not one model uses everything that I teach. So the common misnomer is, I'm going to take ICT's entire core content mentorship lessons, and I'm going to make the Frankenstein of all models. Everything's going to be in the model. And that's not how you do this. In fact, I've watched every single year that I had mentorship groups coming in, there'd be a large group of the young guys and gals come in here, try that very thing. The kitchen sink approach. They try to make everything I've ever taught apply to the marketplace right now. And that's not how I taught it. You just need a concept that allows you to go in at the right time with the right motive, engage, take your pound of flesh from the marketplace, and leave quietly and look for another opportunity. Not right away, but when it makes most sense. And experience is the greatest teacher. You'll learn how to do more. You'll know when to apply more leverage through experience. But you start by going into this prepared to be bored. Because if it's boring to you, that means you're not going to be drug around by your emotions or psychology while you're in the markets looking at price. You're not going to be enticed. Come on. You just learned that thing. You just learned about the BISI and the SIBI. You just learned about consequent encroachment. Come on, let's go out there and push a button. Resist that. Resist that, folks. Here's what's going to happen. There's a lot of you that have found this model that I gave out on YouTube. And it's going across the entire world. I mean, there's lots of people getting funded, a lot of people making real money, and it's proof all over the place that this stuff works. Smart money concepts are not dead. I'm not dead. My stuff's going to live on past me. Trust me when I tell you, books will be written about the experience that you are right here in history living it. You're here. You're listening to the guy right now with breath in his lungs, mental faculty still with me. And I'm telling you, these things are going to be a divider. Everything before this is going to be looked upon as elementary, infantile, redundant. And those things sound arrogant. But again, I simply ask, without any ego at all, where have you ever seen anyone show this level of precision, this far in advance, so consistently? Not just in Forex anymore, but I did it in this market. You shouldn't be surprised. I cut my teeth in this market back in the 90s, and the bond market as well. So if Forex crashes because there's a one world currency, one world government, well, you won't have Forex. All the central banks and the digital currencies that they're about to usher in, all that stuff will make multiple currencies all around the world redundant. You'll have one currency. I do believe it's going to be on the blockchain. I do believe it will not be Bitcoin. I've already mentioned this before. But I believe that trading will still be available. And I think as long as that's available, they will use these concepts because this is how they book price. Now, some of you are going to listen to these discussions, these conversations amongst friends, and you're going to be thinking, hey, if this is all becoming mainstream, like the jokers on YouTube like to say, oh, everybody's doing smart money concepts now. No, everybody's using my terms or renaming my concepts, but not really able to do what it is I'm teaching you. How do you know that? Because they can't do what I'm doing. By contrast, they're not even in the same vicinity or neighborhood. Last year in 2021, I watched and I thought to myself, there's a lot of people out there pretending they know how the banks trade. None of you know how the banks trade. None of you do. In fact, people at banks reach out to me all the time and ask me how it is I know what I know. Floor traders, the guys that used to hold their hand out and flash their hands up and back and forth, and here, buy, sell, buy, sell. They're amongst my students as well. And again, the question comes all the time, how the fuck do you know this? Right. Now, I could be up here every fucking day on YouTube, beating my chest like I was when I was 20 years old and thought I owned the entire world. I had insight that nobody else had. And I flaunted it. And it brought the wrong type of attention. I'm aware of what I hold. I'm aware of what I know. And I know what I'm capable of doing with it. And a lot of terrible things have been said about me. Lots of terrible things that aren't even true. Still goes on today. And you're going to see more of that. Because the idea is for you to doubt. The idea is for you to doubt and then consider something else. What I'm going to ask you to do is consider what you've seen. There's a young man from what I gathered, is from Ethiopia. Now I get razzed a lot about, I have a lot of students from Africa. You can say what you want to say, but there's one race. It's the human race. When I fill out any legal document that asks me what my race is, I write human. They want me and expect me to write white. I'm not white. I'm not white. But these individuals that are extremely racist, that call upon the fact that I have a lot of students in third world countries that have inclined their ear, have worked very hard to learn the things that I'm teaching with a great deal more adversities than the majority of you listening. And they are finding themselves out of poverty. Can you imagine how wonderful that feels for me as a teacher and as a mentor? That moves me. That type of success, that is impactful. And that's what motivates me. Because you may be living in the lap of luxury in this country. And when I say that, not because you may have the same affluence that I have or could afford myself to have, but you have the benefits of being in this country and the freedoms that we have here and the resources that are made available to us. And you sit on your ass and you do nothing. And you make excuses why you're not doing anything with the things I'm teaching. And you want someone to come out there and just prove that I'm a scammer, a fraud. So that way it makes it easier for you to just deal with the fact that you're fucking lazy. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. You're lazy. You want this to be easy, cookie cutter approach. Same thing all the time. Turn it on, doop, money falls in your bank account. It doesn't work like that. You're going to have to work your ass off. And the things you're going to learn, They may cause confusion. Don't let it disrupt your learning. Each video, you journal it. When you get to a part of the video that is a cause for concern, questions that are going to come up. What does he mean by this? Why did he mention this? And why did he mention that? You need to have a notebook for every individual month, because you're going to have a lot of questions that are come up. And then when you go through new lessons, those questions, I promise you, it won't feel like this, but when you go through all the videos a second time, you're going to find that those answers were always there. You're going to listen to videos and swear that that video was edited and something was added to it after the fact. And I had that happen all the time from every user group that came into my mentorship. They always said the same thing. How the hell did I miss that? It's been there. They downloaded the video. It's been in their computer. I couldn't go in there and change it. But they'll swear up and down that they didn't hear that the first time they listened to it, because they're doing too many videos at one time. So you have to be, number one, you have to be patient. It's intended for you to take a full year doing it. And if you rush it, I promise you, you're going to be the same person like these other yahoos out there that say, oh, it doesn't work. Focus on my retail logic instead of all that complication. It's not complicated, folks. Once you understand the language, it's not complicated at all. But the language, like any other language, well, how many of you know how to speak Mandarin? I don't. And that's difficult. Can you read and write in Japanese? Can you write in kanji? Can you read kanji? I can some. But can I go out there and just pick up any old book and start reading it in Japanese? No. It would take effort on my part to do that, just like anyone else. Just like reading sheet music. You want to be a musician? Okay, a musician requires you to do what? Understand the notes that make up these chords and make these songs sound the way they're supposed to sound. How to write the music. Well, this is no different than that. It's going to take effort, and it isn't going to be easy for most of you. But listen, folks, I've been out here this entire year of 2022 doing exactly what I said I was going to do last year. When people were crowing and saying I'm a scammer, a fraud, and I'm this and I'm that, I had a hit list of things I was going to do for all of you just to prove checking off each box. Can't call a daily high and low. I've done that multiple times. Can't call a weekly high and low before the fact and make it public. I've done that several times. Not even in just Forex. I've done it in other markets. There's a lot of people out there trying to sell you something. I'm not going to sit here and twist your arm and tell you, please listen to me. Please watch my videos, please. I need the attention. I need the attention from you. I need you to love me. Because if it's really going to come down to the brass tacks of all this, I don't give a shit if any of you believe me. I don't care if you believe me. Because I already know that there's an army of people all around this world, in different countries, everywhere, that are now convinced, and they're in a fucker walking this planet right now, that would ever convince them that what they've learned from me isn't the market itself. Their results tell them. They don't need me to make another video ever again. They don't give a shit if I ever teach again, because now they know that they know. That's empowerment, folks. That's what I want for all of you. I don't want you waiting on bated breath for me to do something new. I'm pouring myself out. That way, nobody can take what I've worked very hard for, suffered through, and ultimately have been blessed with. This way, no one can take it and repackage it and sell it and get by with everybody thinking, wow, this person's a trailblazer. This person's really done something unique and different, when the only thing they've done is parrot what I've said and hide the fact that they learned it from me. Now, for some of you pricks and assholes okay, out there that do those types of things. One guy wrote a book and put it on Amazon, and I was in there. I'm the most liked comment on the reviews. I bought the bullshit that he wrote, and it's all garbage. It's all my concepts, just renamed, and no credit was given. And everybody that was mentioned in that book, because they were mentioned as my mentors, those individuals, they were given credit, but never really specifically saying, this is where this came from. And I said, this is all basically my YouTube stuff, repackaged. And pretty much everybody that buys the book now sees, they go to my YouTube channel, and there it is. There's a couple other people that have done books like that on Amazon, and it's just really my concepts, just, again, hiding the fact that they got it from me. I will be in your reviews, and people will know you that you're a shitbag, okay? And you're not going to carve out the image that you want for yourself. I will make sure of it. I have plenty of free time, lots of fucking money, and I will make sure that you don't have the credit and clout that you're trying to get off of my name. So, where does that leave you? You're welcome to say I trained you. You're welcome to say that you learned it from me, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. That's what respect is. Can you run your own service and give out signals and your own analysis and have no beef with me? Absolutely. I encourage every one of my students to do that. All of them. I tell them all the time, you're welcome to say that you were trained by me, but you better fucking have the results because I'm showing what these results should look like. If you're not precise, you didn't learn from me. If you're not consistent, you didn't learn from me. If you're trading without stop loss, you didn't learn from me. If you don't know why you're getting in a trade and where it's going, you did not learn from me. They're characteristics of an ICT student, an apt pupil of Smart Money Concepts, otherwise known as me. Just me.